Hi everyone, I am sitting in downtown San Francisco with Evan Prodromo, who is the founder of Identica. Identica is a microblogging tool which is open source, meaning if you decided today that you wanted to have your own microblogging tool, you can go to identica.ca and just download it just like you would do a WordPress blog. So tell us a little bit about how you founded the company, what is the thinking behind it?
Early last year, in 2008, I was very interested in the way that Twitter was growing, very interested in the Twitter model of broadcasting status out to a social network, getting short status information up to people who are really interested in what you have to say. But I'd also been doing open source web development for years and realized that there wasn't a WordPress of microblogging at the time, a piece of software that people could easily install on their own servers to experiment with, develop on, brand for themselves, use for smaller groups or use within a firewall. So I started work on our software, which launched last July. It's called Identica, and it's based on the same platform as WordPress or Drupal, so it uses PHP and MySQL. Very simple, practically ubiquitous for hosting solutions, and makes it very portable and usable both inside the enterprise and for public websites. It's been very successful. I think at this point we've become the de facto open source microblogging tool. The go-to system for people who are interested in doing their own microblogging or experimenting with microblogging. And we're really just looking to this year see more growth, see more people using the system. As more and more of us become familiar with Twitter, as the public becomes more familiar with Twitter and the Twitter model, I think that there are a lot of entrepreneurs, communication experts, IT managers who are looking to use that same kind of technology, but on their own servers, using it in a way that they can control it instead of externalize it.
Now, we are a company, Network Solutions is a company that serves small businesses.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your thoughts on how this could be a small business tool. Let's take the example of a small business that has like 5 employees, maybe virtual, maybe in different parts of the country.
Yeah, I think that as someone who uses this for my small business, I can say that it's a great way for keeping employees and management informed about what's going on within the company, who's on a sales call right now, what's finished with a current feature or product, what's being done, who's out sick today. So great for product management or project management, but also great for just sharing knowledge or sharing information. I just read this interesting article on the web, or I've just found an interesting talked to someone about one of our clients and found out this interesting tidbit. Being able to share that kind of information without a lot of overhead, without worrying about getting it into the right page on the wiki or whatever. Just let it out there and let who needs to know it will find that information. I think it's a really powerful way of sharing your status or sharing your information within a small company. The nice thing about our software is that you can set it up in a private system. You can set it up privately, say on Network Solutions, on Network Solution hosting, or on your own private network, and you can use standard desktop or mobile tools. Many Twitter clients support our software now, so you can use it on your mobile client or on your desktop client and have that same kind of experience, but in a much tighter and more focused community.
So everybody in the news is talking about Twitter. Oprah is talking about Twitter. Does this help or does this substitute Twitter?
Does our software, does it help Twitter?
I mean, does it help users manage Twitter and their private networks?
Oh yeah. So one of the things that we do, because we understand that Twitter is becoming, a default substrate for sharing this kind of status. So we integrate well with Twitter out of the box. You can push status updates out to Twitter, configurable depending on what kind of status updates you want to send out. We also can, with our upcoming version will be allowing you to read your Twitter statuses, to read your Twitter inbox from within our software. The idea being that, everyone's, you've got a large number of people who are out on Twitter right now, and we don't want to, make anyone cut out of that community. But we also understand that people want to build their own community, so we want to have a way that you can build your own community, but also tie it into the worldwide community.
Yeah, that's great. So, do you have a blog?
Yes, my blog address is controlyourself.ca. That's our corporate blog, and it talks a lot about the development of our software, where we're doing, how the changes are happening in the microblogging world and open source world.
So, if I wanted to start my own internal blogging tool, and I have a package, a hosting package at Network Solutions, where should I go to, and how much time will it take for me to set it up?
Well, I think that if you already have a hosting package with Network Solutions, the steps are very simple. You can download the software from our servers. It's a couple megs, so it should download very quickly. Then you copy them to the Network Solutions servers. You have to set up a database using Network Solutions tools, which is very quick, and then run our quick web installer. I think that from point to point, it should take less than 15 minutes for most people who are used to doing websites, who set up a WordPress blog or understand the idea of setting up web software.
So they go to identica.ca. Can you spell it out, please?
Yeah, it's IDENTI.ca. Identica.
Okay, and usually people whom I interview sometimes give me breaking news. Do you have any breaking news to share, or some new developments that you haven't, that many people don't know yet?
Well, new developments from us. We're releasing a new version of our software this week, which is going to be really exciting. It's going to be our kind of next generation version. A lot of features that aren't really provided by Twitter today. So things like multimedia sharing, two-way integration with Facebook. We're going to be we've launched a new plugin system that uses real-time updating, a lot like FriendFeed. So we've got a lot of new features coming out. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Thank you very much. So once more, just we are with
yeah. It's identi.ca, IDENTI.ca.
Thank you very much, Ivan.
Hey, thank you.